We're starting to think about taxes. And did you know that more than half of identity theft happens this time of year during tax season? If you started looking at, you know, maybe like your paycheck stubs or your tax documents or your medical forms and your insurance claims and all of these things that kind of wander around your home, or you tuck them away, or maybe you're getting mail and you're just kind of crinkling it up and throwing it in the trash can, let me explain to you what the bad guy does. The bad guy then gets that information and starts piecing together all the information about your life that he needs or she needs and starts taking your identity. It is highly recommended that we shred anything with our personal information on it. And I'm gonna tell you, I have been a victim of identity theft. My husband has. We start realizing more and more people are starting to see things pop up on their credit cards that you weren't the person that made the purchase. You're starting to see pop up on your credit score. You're like, what happened to my credit score? They're out there. We have to be one step ahead of them. And this is how you do it. This is a customer pick Embassy Elite auto feed microcut shredder. So let me explain the difference. This is kind of where shredding started. We wanted to shred it, right? And we wanted to get it so it wasn't in one piece, but it was in strips where all they had to do was just piece the pieces back together. It didn't quite work out. Well, what if we made it into kind of like a little bit smaller chunks? They're smart, they're still there. This, good luck, buddy. Good luck, bad guy. This is what we call microcut, being able to get it down to teeny tiny little pieces. And if you went out there and you looked at any shredder, Embassy's probably 1 out of 4 shredders out there. I mean, Embassy does, that's their thing, is shredders. You're being able to get that quality day on a customer pick under $100. It comes with wheels and it has an auto shred. So if you're like, well, I don't want to shred, Tina, because I don't want to sit there all day and go, no. You put this in, you put whatever amount that you're wanting to do, even if you have your staples, your credit cards, whatever, and it's gonna be able to auto shred 90 sheets and let you walk away. This is the one to get. The color you're looking at here is my navy, because again, this is gonna be out, you're gonna wanna shred, shred, shred. Down front, I have it in my hazel, red, white, and gray. We're gonna give 6 lubricant sheets that are gonna go with this. My item number is 715628. 4 flexible payments gets this down to $25 a month, but we ship it to you when you make the first $25 payment on here. And Brian, did you say you had an update? Oh, close to 18,000 of these have already been spoken for. If you want the white, I only have 300 left available. And in the red, I only have 4 dozen available in the red. But I wanna see this in motion. I wanna hear more about why this is so important to me. And for that, I have to go to Mr. Bill Duggan, who's gonna be doing shredding, shredding, shredding. And it's so like satisfying to do it.
Actually, we call it shredding therapy because it does feel good. Because, you know, we get buried by all the stuff that's on the kitchen counter. I got dip to make. I need to clear up this place. Or, you know, I want to clean up the home office because I want to start the new year off right. Or as you were talking about, it is tax season, so I'm going to be taking stuff out, getting stuff in. We all need a shredder. The federal government even tells us we need a shredder. All our embassies are customer picks. Why? Look at this. They come on casters. You see the power and performance. I don't pull off the lid. It has a 3.5-gallon pull-out bin. So in my little small home office, I use this as my waste bin, and then I shut the drawer, and I'm up and shredding. But you have to see the biggest difference. So I'm going to actually remove the drawer because I want you to see micro-cutting in action. But what you have to understand, there's actually 2 feeding slots in here. There's one in the front, which I can put up to 12 pages in the front. But as you're noticing, I have to manually feed it. The big game changer is that auto feed. So I open up this drawer in the back, and I can, you know, that stack that I've been putting off, that stuff I found in the drawer that seems to just keep growing and growing. It wasn't just 1 page, but now on Sunday morning, it's 24 pages. Next weekend, it's 30, 40, 90 sheets. It just gets out of control. And then we just don't shred. We put it off. And, you know, whether I take the whole stack or half the stack, watch what happens. I'm loading this up, and I'm going to go back to the kitchen and, you know, get another cup of coffee. Or I'm going to take the dog for a walk or maybe even watch the game while this is doing its job. So it just keeps going and going. But have you also been there, Tina, where it's like, okay, it's Sunday and I need to purge, right? while it's engaged in the back, I can still shred in the front. And so you see this legal contract, watch what happens. I put it in, and what you're gonna be putting out at the curb, or someone might come across, is unidentifiable. And that is the peace of mind that we're walking away with. And there's a reason why we've had to evolve from strip cut. This was a 30-piece puzzle. And you know what? A little bit of this goes a long way. A few pieces could do damage. When you upgrade to microcut, it's less likely to happen to you. And I love how you shared you and your husband were victims of identity theft. It's happened to me.
Yep.
One in 7 of us. I mean, it's really common. And when we actually first launched Embassy, it was 1 in 10, which is still pretty prevalent, but it's actually gone up. And you said it perfectly. Guess what time of year it is? I hate to say it, but it's tax season for all of us. So that's why the federal government does warn us. We need to shred. They say, you know, there's many steps we can take to reduce that risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, guard your social security number. We've always heard that. But then they say shred. Shred charge receipts, credit applications, and other sensitive documents. And the crazy thing is, when you think about that other, it's going to be different for every household and every person in the household, even your little one at home, because we all have identities. And that's why we've evolved from strip cut. That's that 30-piece shred right there. It worked. But you know what? We really want to make sure we're not going to be that victim. That was crosscut, which a lot of us do have. But watch this upgrade to microcut. You're going to multiply the teeth. The gears are going to get bigger. So that's why the fact that this is on caster, right? And yet, look what you walk away with. That is a party right there. That confetti is peace of mind, protecting ourselves. Because you brought up identity theft. It happens to a lot of us. But you know what really is the kicker? Is we don't know what happened to us until it's too late.
Yep.
Until we're sitting at the car dealership wanting that 3% financing, and they're like, you don't get that. Or we refinance, or I was a victim my sophomore year of college. I lost my financial aid. They ran my credit, and they're like, well, you seem to have all these accounts. You can relate. I'm like, I get chills just thinking about it. And that's just it. We want to be proactive in terms of protecting ourselves. Not doing this. And that's actually one thing you have to realize. Maybe this is for a college kid. Maybe you do have a smaller home office. Not only is it finally under $100 for that auto shred, but it's also that Goldilocks size. It's not too big. It's not too loud. It really fits in any space.
Absolutely. And Bill, I feel like all of us can kind of have a story, and I've told my story, and I actually got a call from the bank, and they were asking me if I was staying at a very, very nice resort back in Arizona where I was living. And I was like, no, I'm at home, I'm in bed, I'm in my jammies. And I realized where the resort was. I called the resort, I asked if I was staying there. And I actually got to go with the police and see the woman that was staying there as Tina Jennings. I got to see her. It was the most, I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm in like a dream. And then I started wondering how did she have my information? How did she have enough to have, and she was, you know, racking up, you know, room service. I mean, she was living it up on my name as Tina Jennings. Exactly what Bill said. You don't know it's happening to you until it's happening to you. And now we're not, you know, it's not like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's becoming like our mom, our aunt, like our husbands, people that we actually know. It was not such a far-fetched idea. This is exactly how they do it. Maybe not all your information is on one piece of paper, but I'll tell you what, you start gathering up all your insurance information, your tax documents, your medical records. Maybe you're doing it all for tax season, and you start bringing them all together. You're handing your life over to the bad guy. That's what you're doing. Like, oh, you want all of this? How about if I just put it all together in this nice little tax document little area? 90 sheets can go in this and you can walk away. Go watch the big game. Go watch your favorite show. Go wash your face, brush your teeth, take care of the kids, wash the dishes, and 90 sheets will get shredded here. Then if you need to put more in there, if it has staples in it, you saw a bill, right? Ding, 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 with the staples. Yep. That used to be a big problem, right? Don't worry about it. Your credit cards, shredded in here. Go to town with this, but the auto shred available on this and the micro cut. So if what you've not liked about your shredder before, we have covered that. This is $50 off a customer pick. It was a customer pick, $50 more. And we're doing the 4 flexible payments. Do yourself a favor in this timely part before you start doing your tax documents and grab yourself one.
You do. And the thing is, you'd realize it is $50 off, yet we're still giving you that care package, which is great, because it gives you a lubricant sheet. So you can keep, actually gives you 5 lubricant sheets. So you can keep it nice and oiled up. when you do that big purge, it even comes with a bin liner. You're talking about the upgrades. Yes, it is an upgrade to Microcut because it's a smaller, more protected shred. But notice this. I threw away that one piece of paper. Look how much space that one page takes up. So it's going to fill my bin up that much faster, not if I shred it. But when I do put it out at the curb, let's be real, there are dumpster divers. There's even windy nights, like we had a storm broke through last night, and your garbage can gets knocked over. And then your paycheck stub, your prescription information's in the neighbor's yard. It's about privacy. It's about security. It's about getting this clutter taken care of and managed. And it's also about the convenience. We've talked ourselves out of shredding because it jammed, it overheated, it took forever. Because yes, I used to have to sit here and remove the staples. I used to have to sit here and make sure it could go through everything. Even that cardboard, it's gonna ship to you in a nice big box. Recycle the cardboard. Don't recycle that mailing address, even if it's on cardboard. Look at that barcode, my identity, gone. And while this is doing the shredding, I'm gonna go play catch in the yard. I'm gonna go mow the lawn. I'm gonna be able to do other stuff, which really does free us up. And actually, I'd love to share this story. There's a guest who stopped me in the hallway at HSN. He's like, I want you to realize, the first job I had out of college, hired by a big law firm, was to sit in a conference room all summer long and shred. They brought in boxes after boxes because someone had to feed it. And the thing is, now you don't have to worry about that as much. Embassy's a great name. Everyone loves it. The big upgrade in the last year was this auto shredding capability, and now it's a great value. But also think of it this way. Last year, I was not working from home. Actually, to be honest, I used to bring some of my shred to the office because they always had the better shredder. But now I'm getting stuff sent to me for taxes. I'm getting stuff sent to me and printing out for work. And I don't want to be the weak link at work. But you notice what this also is? This is junk mail. This is all the stuff that keeps coming and coming. And the thing is, when I can just walk up here, I'm like, I don't need this credit card offer. That's pre-filled out for my convenience, but it's also pre-filled out with my information.
Yes.
So even if I don't want it, shred it. And then when I dispose of it, it's that peace of mind. Remember, 1 in 7 of us. And kids and seniors are the most susceptible. And I do love this footprint. It's really not the biggest, but it's still powerful enough to go through the cardboard, the staples. And what am I walking away with? Microcut. I have used this for packing material. I mean, whether it's a Valentine's Day package, whether it's Easter, or even Christmas, why not? Because it is so secure and small. Because, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I found a piece of strip shred. Look at that. Palo Alto, California. People's information in the wrong hands goes a long way. And yes, it is that time of year, the tax season time of year. So just upgrade, enjoy purging. Don't be inundated with, oh, I have extra copies. And this, actually, you know, have you ever done this? Where it's like, okay, I'm going to put half in the bathroom garbage can and half in the kitchen, and then it all ends up at the curb anyways? No, just put it all in here. And what you've noticed, going through that mess, it went through that entire stack of 90 because I had other things to do because I did put off shredding. But more importantly, it performs like it's supposed to. It's not Wi-Fi enabled. There's no app. It's really plug and play and just see everything disappear.
This is a $150 Embassy level shredder in that Goldilocks size. It's not super huge like the one you'd maybe have in your office. It's also not small and rinky dink where you're like, it's not doing its job. It's just right. This one that you're looking at is my navy. Down front, I still have it in the hazel, which is kind of like my tan neutral color. Now this red, I had 3,000, but now I have 24 left in the red. If this is the one you want, grab it. I also have it in the clean white, and I have it in a gray. Customer pick, 4 flexible payments on this one, available 715-628. Bill, use that as like your yay, whoever wins the game tonight.
Oh, I know who I'm rooting for.
Let me guess.
I haven't put on my jersey yet, but.
Okay. You can tell we all live in Florida. Thank you, my friend.
Take care, hon.
Oh my goodness gracious. I have had an amazing 3 hours. I am so happy for all of you that were able to get everything, but I now have to hand you